Today's client is actually my ex-wife. You know, you want somebody to love you or be with you for you versus in what you have. But her name, I was like, it is way too close to my ex-wife's name.
This is Bilal. He's 42 years old from Kansas City, Missouri, and he seems kind of swaggy, not gonna lie. In his intro, he's trying on nice suits. They're playing classical music in the background, and he's telling the audience how he's hood bougie. He explains bougie is high maintenance, going just a little beyond the norm, like instead of drinking normal water, you might drink sparkling water.
He considers it bougie.
He tells the audience he appreciates nice things, nice watches, nice suits, but at the end of the day, he didn't grow up in the suburbs, he grew up in the hood. He then adds that he's the kind of guy that listens to Tupac on the way to Whole Foods.
That means nothing to me.
Not even up front, when this dude's presenting himself, I got stars in my eyes because I'm just thinking, oh my god, are we finally getting a cool dude on the show? There's no way for me to sugarcoat it. The guys last season were absolute cuck, simp, loser lames. Bilal shows us around his house, and in doing so, he's picking up after himself, making sure that his setting is perfect. He admits that he's a little bit OCD and kind of a neat freak, but is that really a bad thing? Like, would you rather have a dirty partner? You know what I mean? Bilal informs the audience that he's a very detail-orientated person, and he prays 5 times a day. He's Muslim, and he attributes a lot of his success to the fact that he's Muslim, and he says that being Muslim is what makes him Bilal Bilal. And while he says this, I'm like, Bilal Bilal! Turns out this dude's a real estate agent, and when I see this, I'm like, hey, squad, because I used to be a real estate agent, and now I make videos alone in my room.
All around me are familiar faces.
Clearly I'm thriving. So far, Bilal seems like he's got his finances in order. He reminds me of the version of myself that I would be if I stopped buying dumb shit on the internet. The other day I watched The Karate Kid and smoked, and then I bought one of those bonsai trees. Turns out that shit is mad expensive.
Today's client is actually my ex-wife.
Come again?
What a treat this is. It seems like Bilal has a great relationship with his ex-wife. It's like we're finally getting someone on the show that's an American with their shit in order. His ex-wife Shaeeda even says that Bilal and her have a great relationship. She goes on to say that he's the only real estate agent that she trusts.
I wonder why.
And they actually have a better relationship now than when they were married. This couple is married for 10 years and they have 2 children together. Bilal says that after the marriage didn't work out, he felt like a loser and felt like he failed his family. That is until this dude met the love of his life, Shaeeda. When we first see Shaeeda, she's doing TikTok dances, she's doing yoga poses, a lot of stuff is going on. Shaeeda's a 37-year-old yoga instructor from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm seeing her sport a different hijab in every photo, so real quick, I'd like to plug this cool website. Chat Art of Silk, they got the freshest hijabs in the game.
Real smooth.
You guys remember my goofy ass friend Lord Shah? This is his sister's company. I had to tap into my inner Zoolander when I modeled some of the scarves. All the designs pay tribute to the people that inhabited the Silk Road, which I think is a dope concept, especially the blue ones. They slap.
But her name, I was like, it is way too close to my ex-wife's name. Shaeeda and Shaeeda.
Accident waiting to happen.
Before we continue reviewing this cringe couple on the show, I'd like to tell you about today's video sponsor, Casetify. Did you know that Casetify's new Impact and Ultra Impact cases are made up of 65% plant-based and recycled material? No? Well, you do now. As you can see, I had been using Casetify's cases, and they are truly built different. Look, mine has goo in it, and it says wet on the bottom. I can't tell you guys how many times I've dropped my phone this year, but thanks to Casetify's cases, not a single time did the screen crack. In fact, let's test it out right now. You heard it, it was audible, and look at the screen, not even a single crack in sight. All the cases are 100% customizable, and you can have a lot of fun with it. For example, look at this. This is my secondary case, and I wrote POG all over it. The cases are also wireless charging and 5G compatible. As I said earlier, Casetify offers a wide variety of colors and designs to fit your every mood. Casetify's Impact and Ultra Impact cases are 100% BPA free, 100% non-toxic, and non-hazardous. Their cases also feature Defensify, which is a special coating that kills 99% of bacteria. It also prevents bacteria from sticking to the surfaces of the case. If you guys are interested in getting started with Casetify, go to www.casetify.com/yourwetsock and get 15% off your new favorite phone case. Shaeeda and Shaeeda. Yo, could you imagine if he calls one of them the other name? I feel like, can you even get mad at him at that point because the names are so similar? Yeah, you can still get mad at him. Like, I get that. I answered my own question, but damn, bro, this is a sticky situation. You know, you have one too many drinks and then all of a sudden, that's an immediate fight. Bilal then says something that he really likes about Shai is that she's very motivated, entrepreneurial. She started her own yoga business in Trinidad. When Bilal went to visit Shai in Trinidad, he's taking a video of her and being like, don't be shy, don't be shy. And it seems like she wants nothing to do with him. Awkward. So we're together for 7 days physically in Trinidad, and then he proposed to her and she said yes. And he's like, oh my God, she said yes. I'm like, oh my God, you rushed into this so fast.
I always kind of had like in the back of my mind an idea perhaps that, hey, if she's what I think she is, I'm going to bring a ring thing just in case.
Just in case.
You can fake for a week, bro. In fact, you could probably fake it for 90 days. Get it? Come get that green card, bro. These Americans are dumb. Shaw made him a little video saying she can't wait to come to Kansas City and spend the rest of her life with this dude. But would you believe it, just as this girl was gonna come to the United States to spend her entire life with her one true love, Rona plague bombed the entire world. So this couple had to wait an entire 2 years to see each other in real life. This sounds to me like the only time in history people are on the wait list to get to Missouri.
So Shaeeda and I thought that it would be best to have a nikah. It's like a marriage, it's a spiritual union.
Bro, people are just making shit up these days. What's a spiritual union? That sounds like some Avatar shit when they take their ponytails and link it to the world tree. I've never heard of a spiritual union before, but Bilal's about to explain it now.
Now, we're not married under the laws of the United States, but under the eyes of God, we are married so she can live at my home, we can be together.
Bruh.
Next thing you know, Bilal and his ex have a conversation about how he has a habit of flexing on the gram and on Facebook.
Brother, I know you be on Facebook flexing and all that other stuff.
I really don't.
Yeah, you really
Not
do.
so much.
Which is understandable because he's a real estate agent. When I was a real estate agent, I wanted to show everybody my accomplishments, and I was very adamant about sending brochures out and making sure to post on Instagram all the time if I sold a house or whatever project I was working on, because no one wants to list their house with a real estate agent that isn't selling. The main problem that this dude wants to avoid is attracting a gold digger. Bilal then tells his ex-wife that Shai doesn't know what his house looks like. In fact, whenever he video chats with her, he does so in front of a blank wall, and he wears relatively normal clothes so she can't tell that he has money. For him, I just find it strange that you have like this spiritual union with somebody, but you don't trust them enough and you want to put them through all these tests to make sure they're not a gold digger. But why would you get a spiritual union with that person? You know what I mean? I feel like if you're gonna get married spiritually, you should do so after you verify that that person is not in fact a gold digger.
You know, you want somebody to love you or be with you for you versus in what you have.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's
pretty cool, though.
That's a good little game to play, but you crazy for that one.
It is weird he's being so careful about that, but not careful about proposing to a girl after a week of knowing her.
It doesn't make sense.
My advice to Broseph is just have her sign a prenup. Plus, she already said that she has her own identity. She teaches yoga in Trinidad. With the boost y'all are gonna get from being on the show, I think that she should just make yoga YouTube videos, or even, you know, have a studio. Maybe you guys can partner up and go into a studio there. I'm sure a lot of people would love to rip some yoga classes in this nice suburb you live in.
You don't even marry somebody for a couple of months, and next thing you know, they got half of everything that you have, and they never helped build.
Something I find fascinating about Bilal is the lengths he will go to test this girl. For example, this dude lives in a nice house, drives a nice Mercedes, and what he's going to do is do a little house swap situation and tell this girl that he lives in this house and he drives a beat up car. As loaded as this is, I find this very interesting because what this guy did was create his own show, Is This Girl a Gold Digger?, within 90 Day Fiancé, which is something that I've never seen from another person on the show. First impression of them both, they seem like nice, normal people. However, this situation that he is creating is going to backfire. For the way he's been depicted so far on the show, Bilal seems like a good father and seems like he prioritizes time with his children, and we can see that by how he took his kids fishing.
Family to me is extremely important. You know, outside of my faith, it's the number one thing that I value.
I don't know about you guys, but I love fishing. Some of the best times of my life were fishing with my dad in California and Miami. After he spends time fishing with the kiddos, later in the day, his sister Nefertari comes over. He tells the audience that his family's very spread out. His sister lives in Atlanta, but she came over to help him out and meet Shai for the first time. His sister basically says that she hopes that this is the right girl for him and she's very protective. This dude's playing so many games, so on top of feeling out if this girl's a gold digger or not, she now has to deal with an overprotective sister.
One, I'm a prankster. I love pranks and I love just making people laugh. So I wanted to see if I can get a rise out of her.
That's weird.
I want to make sure that Shaeeda truly wants me for me and not for what I have.
That makes you a little insecure.
Wow, my guy, don't you think that this girl has the right to know what kind of life she's walking into? This is not a girl in her 20s, bro. This is a 37-year-old woman with her own business and income back in Trinidad. I think it's perfectly reasonable for her to want stability living in the United States with you. And to be realistic about the situation, this prank makes it seem like you don't recognize the amount of value that this girl could bring to your life. Okay, guys, so this is the house that Bilal's gonna show Shai and tell her that they are living at this home together. It's very rundown. I wouldn't say this this house is a shitter, but it's grossly neglected. I don't know about y'all, but I'm starting to second guess this social experiment because Shy has given no inclination that she's a gold digger. Also, fun fact about Trinidad, their rarest attraction is bioluminescence. They also invented one of my favorite sports, goat racing. Yeah, definitely on my bucket list for things to see. When Bilal first sees the love of his life, Shy, at the airport, he runs into her arms while screaming, ah! And then they embrace, they kiss, she jumps on him, it's mad romantic.
I'm looking forward to see a lot of things. You know, he has been hiding from me, let's be real. So I'm looking forward to going home, seeing his house, seeing his car.
You gotta be kidding me.
His face at her saying this has me dead. The more I think about it, the more loaded this situation becomes. If she was a younger IG thought that gave him inclinations that she was in fact a gold digger, then I would be more on board for this social experiment, but she's not. In fact, she seems like a relatively normal person. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but from every clip I've seen of Shy, she doesn't seem like a very materialistic person so far. Fast forward to later in the episode, he brings her to the house that he told her that they're going to be living at, and right away she's thinking, oh hell no. Right off the bat, this dude says that seeing her reaction to the van, he's thinking this isn't gonna go the way he wants this to go. And for him, I just wanna say, like, yeah, you pulled up in a white rape van. Like, that van doesn't look sexy at all. It's not exactly van life goals. How do you want this girl to react?
Oh my god, thank you so much for bringing me to America. Oh, the utopia that is known as Missouri. It is even better in real life.
I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life in the Caribbean. If I had to pick between a shack in Missouri and the Caribbean, I'm picking the Caribbean, bro.
Man, that's feeling.
Yeah, I gotta get that done.
It looks like it could collapse on us any moment now.
No.
This is the home, Bam?
This is home.
In the beginning, I thought this was gonna be a funny social experiment, but now watching it unfold, it's not very funny. I think what it comes down to is his execution is severely lacking. You can't really call this girl a gold digger when her reaction is the same reaction that anybody would have.
This place is dilapidated. This place is not the place I want to be at.
As we get a tour of this house, it's revealed that this house has severe water damage and mold. This is a health hazard to be in this space, and I wouldn't feel comfortable myself walking into a room where the roof looks like it could cave in on you at any moment. Personal story time, we love those. One time I got cellulitis from stepping on mold in my dormitory shower in college, and that was an awful experience for me. So right away, I wouldn't stay in this house. So Shy then gives us more context about the situation. I guess she asked previously to see photos of his house and photos of his car, and he refused to give her those photos, which makes me think that this is a huge red flag, because isn't it perfectly reasonable to know what kind of car and what kind of house your spiritual husband has? Like, they're already spiritually married, right? I feel like it's normal to know where you're going to be living before you get on a plane and fly to another country. This girl didn't know where she was going to be living. She trusted Bilal. So I find it very hypocritical that he doesn't trust her and he's subjecting her to all these tests to prove her loyalty or that she's not a gold digger. You don't really need to test her like that when she's been loyal to you for the past 2 years in this long distance relationship and she's supposed to be your spiritual wife. I just don't really know why he's doing this to her. If it was Mike or another one of these incel like creepy dudes, I would understand it, but this guy seems like he has his shit together, but he's making his entire segment about finances when it's really about spending the rest of your life with this person that you supposedly love, right? That's more valuable than finances because money comes and goes. And in my opinion, finding a life partner, you can't really put a price on that. So I don't really understand his mindset doing this. I feel like he didn't need to do this to this girl. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Comment below, subscribe, follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.